Should you be worried about a derecho in the Great Lakes and the Midwest today? Hi, my name's Madison. I'm a meteorologist. Let's talk about it. This is what the severe weather threat looks like as of today. And this is what it looked like yesterday. You'll notice that there are more areas in the level 2 risk, which is yellow, and we also have the level 3 risk now as well. Now, there's been changes in timing, there's been changes in intensity, there's also been changes in certainty or uncertainty with this storm system. So I'm gonna break it all down for you, but that's what's coming. Now, storms are expected to come through this evening, so evening/overnight, which is good news. So most of your day is going to be fine, but this is a look at the tornado risk. So this has been expanded. We have more areas within this low-level tornado risk compared to yesterday. It now includes areas in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and even portions of southern Michigan. Am I super concerned about tornadoes? No, not really. The main concern is definitely going to be the wind. This is what the wind risk looked like yesterday. And this is what the wind risk looks like today. There's two things I'm going to talk about here. We're going to talk about the fact that this has shifted majorly, and then we're also going to talk about the added layer of intensity. So first of all, the shift. The areas in red have obviously pushed further to the west. So now we're looking at more of the core of this system moving through portions of, again, southern Michigan, central Wisconsin, into portions of Illinois, Indiana, and just kind of barely scraping into Ohio. This big shift we don't normally see between SPC updates. Normally we'll see areas expanded or shrink, but this is quite a shift in area. And the reason why is because there's a lot of uncertainty in this forecast. The models are not agreeing with each other. One of the things that we look at a lot as meteorologists behind the scenes is how all of the models look compared to each other. When they all are very similar, that indicates a high degree of confidence in a forecast. That is an easy forecast. This forecast is not easy. Looking at the models this morning, they're all kind of all over the place. There's a few in agreement. The rest of them are they all just look dramatically different in how the storm develops and evolves. One thing that does continue to show up in different models is elements of those lines that stretch out and then start to arch and bow. So, still looking at that damaging wind threat, which is why the SPC has done what they've done here. But again, they've shifted it further towards the west. The other thing I wanted to note is that they have added in that dashed circle. This indicates your intensity. The colors tell you your percentage chance of seeing that particular threat. So in this instance, the wind threat. But those dashed lines tell you that if you're underneath them, you are more likely to see stronger winds. So this could be 60, 65 mile per hour winds at the minimum, could be up to 80 mile per hour winds at the maximum. Now there is potential for some hail with this storm as well. I'm less concerned about the hail. The hail will be there, but I don't think that's going to be the main event. I think the main thing we're going to be talking about is the wind. Will this be a derecho? I'm not convinced, because in order for it to be a derecho, it has to have 58 mile per hour winds for a consistent period of time while it moves over 240, 250 miles. These storms, most of the models have them being kind of broken, not nearly as organized as they would need to be to hold together to hit that 240 mile distance. So we'll see. We are in the prime time for derechos. Normally too, big heat waves can make derechos more likely. So we are kind of in derecho season per se. But I'm still kind of skeptical about this storm system, and I think there's just too many question marks and too many factors kind of playing against it. So we shall see, but that's not my biggest concern. I'm still more concerned just about the straight line winds in those bowing and arching segments, so the bow echoes that develop within this storm system. Storms get started again later in the afternoon and into the evening hours. They're set to arrive in areas like Green Bay, Sheboygan, Madison, Milwaukee after lunchtime and through 1 and 2 p.m. If things go as planned, which again, question mark, they could be moving into areas like Cadillac, Big Rapids, Grand Haven as we head into 3 p.m. Southern Michigan and areas in Chicago start to see these storms as we head into 3 and 4 p.m. Central Illinois and Indiana start to see these storms by 5 and 6 p.m. Southern Illinois, Southern Indiana, and the western portions of Ohio start to see these storms by 6 into 7 and 8 p.m. and things should be quieting down shortly after that.